Speaking of suicide and suicide dives, Allie Katch made more money on her GoFundMe in 48 hours than I make an entire year. So
I hate to say it, but good for her. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
good for
Like,
everybody supporting her, but good Lord, man.
it's crazy.
$52,000 raised in 48 hours for Allie Katch.
It just shows that she's
Um,
loved too. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
for sure, man.
And those, you know, that kind of thing right there shows me that people like Jim Cornette and people that say the business is dead, they can all line up and kiss my ass. This
Yeah,
business is alive and this business is beautiful.
absolutely, man. I
And
mean, I'm glad that and she did break her shin in two places.
yeah,
Two places, dude. So that's like a shin broken into three pieces.
I've
I mean,
broken my
it's not
chin. It's not pleasant.
yeah, it's not going to be an easy fix. And maybe the whole 52 grand is going to go towards the surgery and rehabilitation and all that. I'm not saying she didn't need it. So good for her. Good for
No.
everybody who supported her. It's
Oh
just
hell yeah.
wild. That's a wild amount of money.
You
I
know,
don't know if I've
wrestlers aren't
ever
easy to insure.
seen.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I don't know if I've ever seen a GoFundMe for an injury raise that much money that quickly. Like it
well
was pretty nuts.
look at who's behind it though. Like
Yeah,
literally, Effie, I think has more internet reach than anyone I've ever seen in my life. Like,
sure,
and
sure,
I mean
sure.
that with all respect, because he's worked for it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he literally like I've sat and talked to the dude at length about pro wrestling, about suicide, about like I mean the dude will literally talk to anyone about anything as long as you're not a dickhead.
yeah,
And I feel like that goes a long way in helping in any sad situation like this. I feel like that goes a massive way because all he needs to do is make one post,
yep.
share it on all of his social media platforms, and there's a million people that it's going to reach, and there's a million people that are going to then pass it along.
Yeah, there's a few
So
guys on the indies who have made themselves uh I don't know how to put it, like giant stars, like in the Matt Cordona realm. And
a
Effie's one of them,
paragon
you know?
a paragon of the indie
Yeah,
scene is how
yeah,
I look at it. Somebody that not only built themselves up in the indie scene, but built the indie scene up at the same
right.
time. And I would have to consider Effie among them. I would have to consider Matt Cardona
Yeah,
definitely among
yeah,
them. To a smaller extent,
sure.
Gangrel, PCO, guys like that are still grinding, still going with familiar names that people want to see. Um, where was I going with this? Come on, old man.
I've
Um,
got a segue if you're running out of space.
by
All right.
by all means, segue away.
So yeah,
I'm having a great thought.
speaking of people who've done
Oh
that,
yeah,
Joey
yeah.
Janela,
Back on the call.
um, yeah,
Oh my
I
god.
feel like yeah,
10 years ago, I thought Joey Janela was gonna be WWE
yeah,
champ. Like that's how when that kid walked away from the ring and just threw a chair over his shoulder and it flips through the air and then lands perfectly on its legs, like unfolded in the ring, and he threw it folded.
right,
Like he could not have planned that the way it
right,
landed.
right,
And I was like, this dude's got that touch. He's
yeah,
got that like God kissed thing where
yep,
you can't learn it, you just have it.